Hello friends, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for all the comments and for all the views so far on the new series.
So today we are going to discuss why Yolanda and I are still together, because we have received comments about how inspired people are by our strength that we are still together. So we wanted to kind of discuss that and bring a bit of story to it as well.
Yeah, so next year we will be 10 years that we have been together.
10 years, cool.
10 years on 2023. So as you might know, we lost our baby Santiago in 2016. He was kidnapped by the Southampton Social Services. But we find very interesting that everyone that comes along with our story, they don't even ask if we are together. It's just mentioning when I say us or me and Leon, it comes up the question like very surprised, but are you still together? Did you split? No. And we really see that surprised. So I think it is interesting to make this video about this. And so the main reason for this video is all these surprise comments. Right, so first of all, how we met. How did we meet?
How do we meet? Well, I first saw Yolanda in a kizomba class. We were going to a kizomba class, kizomba dance lessons.
In London, in Piccadilly.
In Regent Street, off Regent Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking for a place to dance salsa and Cuban salsa, and there was no Cuban salsa, but there was kizomba. And very interesting is that I went for Cuban salsa in one day, and a woman out of nowhere just said, you have to come in here tomorrow because there is kizomba. And yeah, I like kizomba too. And on the day after, I saw Leon. We were beginners. We were beginners, and our relationship or friendship started from there. So we were in a relationship for what, 2 years before Santiago born? 3 years?
It's about that, 50. So 2 years, roughly 2 years.
So yeah, so we were in a relationship for 2 years. Like we said before, we travel, we get to know each other. The qualities, the stubborn, how stubborn he can be and how stubborn I can be as well. So yeah, and we decided that we have the same values, we share many thoughts, and we thought, yeah, it seems that we can plan to
start a family.
And the dream started. And as you know, Santiago he was a very well planned baby. We moved from London to Southampton to have him.
We planned everything, from the birth, the pre-birth plan. Everything was planned. We went to a birth class, natural birth class.
Yeah.
That was every week for a few months before he was born.
And everything that was eating, everything was being controlled as well. So the music that we were putting, which one we're not saying, the music that we're putting out for Santiago, I'm sure that song is special to him, and he does not know why. You will know why one day.
Yeah, we were playing the song when in your belly, and he used to move around with the song. Yes.
So we are very well aware that they kidnapped Santiago, and what they were expecting from us as a couple is that we would fight and blame each other. But instead of that, we saw that we should work together and instead of blaming each other, we should work together.
Yeah, I'll just mention that what I saw on the social media is the people, other families, other couples, they would blame themselves and blame each other for what's happened to them. But if, you know, young ladies, young girls, young mothers, I should say, and naive, we're all naive as well, but inexperienced, and so they would blame themselves for what's going on, and it was, it's very poignant. I could see that, and I could see what they were doing to these couples, and I was like, in myself, this is not happening to me, to us,
So when we went to visit Santiago in one of the houses in Southampton for visits, the first impression that I have is, because I see so many babies in the corridors, and I'm like looking to the face of the babies to see if this one is my baby, that one is my baby. And the thought that I have in my mind is that this looks like a movie where there is child trafficking. And that's what it really was. There were so many babies being carried around by social workers, by whatever they were, and it's horrible. And in the room where we have been guided to go to wait
the
for...
contact centre.
In the contact centre.
Contact centre, they're called.
When we went to the room where where was a waiting room for the parents, what we saw, it was one woman there, a man in there. Couples. So there were no couples. We were the only one. There was a couple, and there was about a young girl, about maybe 18 years old. She was not 21. She was not much older than that. And there was a point where she started speaking a bit louder, saying, "When are you guys going to give my baby back? I have done everything that you have asked me." And when she's saying these things, she's looking at us, and I know that what she is saying is she's warning us. And I was very grateful to that girl. Because what basically she's saying is, I have done everything that you guys have asked us. I have separated from my boyfriend. I have got a house. I have got a job. I have got all the tests and the psychological tests that you have asked me. Has been more than a year, and you still have not given my baby back. I want my baby back. And that to me was a very crucial moment, because after that, we started to wait for Santiago in a separate room, individual room.
Yeah, they didn't like, well, what it was is we were communicating with these people, and they didn't like it because we were intelligent. I don't want to call them not intelligent, but we were intelligent in how we were and what we were thinking about the things. They knew this. And they knew that we were thinking a bit on a bigger picture.
But we are not speaking with the other
so
people.
They separated us.
They knew that we could read on these words. They knew that we were communicating in this way. Mm-hmm. But we didn't dare to speak because we were in there to see our baby. So we did not want to lose an opportunity to see our baby. I don't want to go into much details about that room. We can speak that in another episode. But I want to tell you that we start then to see on this testimonial of this person and in another comments, and we visit another couple in Southampton, we start to see that they are a rule that they follow. It is divide and conquer.
They want to break family. They're breaking the family, the connection, the love. They're doing everything they can to destroy a couple, psychologically, physically, mentally, everything. It's pure evil, pure evil.
Yeah, and another crucial moment for us, it was when we were in court, and they made us to have.
So we both had solicitors.
They made us to have different solicitors.
Separate, yes.
And actually after it's written that we did not want to have the same solicitor. So they made us to have different solicitors. We were in different rooms, and the person that came up to be my solicitor, I just met her right before.
She was a barrister, the lady.
Yes,
barrister
sorry,
and
the
solicitor.
barrister, because my solicitor did not even come to court. Correct. So basically, what she's saying is, right, Yolanda, there is this paper in here. Just sign it, so that the judge it might consider the chance to give you the baby to you. And I ask her, but what is this about? What is written in here then? And she says, this says that Leon was selling illegal things, saying that Leon was a bad father. And I start having thoughts about, hold a second, he's not selling illegal things, but why even my own barrister, that is the one that should protect my own rights as a mother, and Leon's rights as well, but why she wants me to say that Leon is selling illegal things? Why she wants to put me against Leon? And I think at the same time that if I say that the father of my son is a bad man, which mother am I that I was not even able to choose a good man to be the father of my own son? So not just I see that I'm saying that Leon is a bad man, as at the same time I'm saying that I am myself a bad woman and a bad mother because I put my own son at danger by choosing a bad man. And I see all these things in seconds, and my instinct says you have to get out of that room, say to Leon
what they're doing,
and the universe really show us what happened.
So what did you do? Yolanda came rushing into the room I was in and saying, Leon, they're trying to say that you're a danger to my son, to our son. And so and at the same time, just in that same time period, my solicitor, he's saying to me, Yolanda has agreed that you are a danger to your son. He had just said that to me, and literally 1 or 2 seconds after, a few seconds after, Yolanda came into the room to say that they're trying to get me to agree that you're a danger. So at that point, I realised that they were colluding against us. The solicitor and the barrister was colluding to break us up and split us up.
My point of view is when I went to that room, I saw that they were not expecting me to come in the room, and they just stopped speaking, and Leon was very upset. And when I spoke to him, I asked him, what happened, and he just said, they told me that you have signed. I said, but that's not true, I didn't. So then we saw that they were conspiring against us. We saw that our own barristers, our own solicitors, they were putting each other against against each other.
Yes.
So we saw, oh my God, what are we going to do? We are completely alone in court. So we see that they want really to divide us. Only, I want to make a point about these as well. Only Leon truly knows what I have been through. Only Leon is a witness of the words that they have used towards me. The lies. Don't do that, please. Don't move your hands telling me to move on. And so it's only Leon that really saw psychologically what I have been through, and how I came out of it so strong. So to me, it is important to keep my friendship and my love with Leon, because only him, I repeat myself, only him saw how evil they were. I can tell you, I can share with my parents, but it is not the same, because the evil that they have done to us, it is so bad. And there is another thing as well. I really appreciate, I will be always grateful to Leon, because there was a moment in a meeting where there was a good doctor and a bad doctor. And the conversation that was being made was, Yolanda, you are in pain, right?
These are two doctors with trying to make that you're mentally ill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I want to be near my son. But do you not really need to move to a place to get some support? I said, no, I want to be next to my baby because I'm breastfeeding him and he needs me and I want to be around him. But Yolanda, and this question there is a very strong meaning about it. And I hope you get the message too. But Yolanda, you do have a window in the room that you are. And I think to myself, what a very weird question. They do know that I have a window in my bedroom. Do they want me to say, yes, I know I have a window? Or do they want, what's the correct answer? Is to say that no, there is no window. What the hell do they want? And later on, when I share with my mom about this, my mom confirmed my instinct. They were inviting me to jump from the window. So what I want to say with this is, I did say many times I was mentally well, I want to be with my son, and it was only because Leon was in there, and Leon heard this conversation about the window, but it is only because Leon was in there that stopped them from moving me to a psychological ward. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here with the drugs that they give, with the lies that they do.
But there's also other things going on here. They kept that when Santiago was in the hospital and you're in a private room, the nurses and the doctors would come in her room every 20 minutes or so and wake her up and disturb her and say, you need to have blood tests. Yolanda's not even an inpatient and they were doing blood pressure. This was to keep her awake, to keep her up, in an attempt to psychologically break her with exhaustion, and then trigger paranoia and what have you, like go and jump out the window, this sort of stuff. It's all very planned. They know exactly what they're doing to break people. So this is where Yolanda's one woman. How they're doing this to many women, out there. It's disgusting. That's Princess Anne Hospital in Southampton. Yeah,
so it was 9 days without sleeping. They were giving food to me, but not to Leon. And Leon was in there, but afraid that if we leave the hospital, they will not let him go inside. And that happened. They stopped him from going see me and seeing Santiago. So what I want to say with all of this is that we lost our baby Santiago then, but we are still here. We have not lost the war. We lost the battle, but we have not lost the war.
Yeah, they didn't break our hearts. Well, they did break our hearts. Yes, of course they broke our hearts, but they didn't break our love for each other and that connection and,
Yeah, they didn't destroy our soul. They didn't destroy our love for each other. We are a family and we are here for Santiago and waiting for Santiago. And instead of looking for a reason to blame ourselves of blaming each other for you didn't open the door, you scream a bit more, you said this, you left the photograph inside the bag, and that create this reaction. There is so many things that we can pick up and blame each other, but we know deep down that they use lies against us. There is one, for example, that we have written in here that we want to share with you.
So yeah, when the police and social workers came to our friend's house where we were, when the two police officers stood over me and intimidated me and forced me to take my son in with them in the car. When we're walking towards the social worker's car, there's two social workers, a man and a woman. We should have their names here really, but anyway, the man was going towards his car. The woman,
yeah, I approached her in a way trying to melt her, trying to make her friends.
Yeah.
And I said something to her, trying to please help us. You know, this is
yeah.
You know, trying to make her friends, trying to make her to be empathic with the situation.
Yeah, but she.
And Leon said.
So I knew exactly what they're doing. I knew exactly what she was doing.
I remember what he said. Yolanda,
she
is not what you think she is.
Yes.
That's the word that he said. That's what he said. Yolanda. And he spoke next to me and said, she is not what you think she is. And in the one report, she wrote something.
Yeah. This woman, she may have heard me say that and got upset or offended or whatever. She turned around and said that in the paper, in the papers she wrote, she said that I said, come to daddy, come to daddy, come to daddy, which is either sexual
Yolanda,
or sexual reason. People use that kind of...
Yolanda, come to daddy. First of all, I, as a Portuguese woman, you have seen even by our interactions, my father and my mom, they have raised me as an independent woman. I'm free, I have my freedom financially, I have my freedom in a psychological way, so at level intellectual. I am free, I have my own values, I know what I want. And I'm not dependent on Leon.
Fiercely independent.
And to me, I'm not being English, but through the movies, to me, the word come to daddy, it definitely has a very sexual connotation.
Yeah.
So to this woman, social worker, to have written in the papers, Leon said to Yolanda, come to daddy. When we read that, we were completely disgusted because everything is twisted.
That's just lies. It's just a lie. It's just lies.
The way the judge get the things is completely twisted, even if the judge reads anything.
So read that point, Yanda, as well. Look.
And when we were in the hospital, and I will explain why a bit further down. There is another social worker which face blimey, he definitely shows through the face and through the hands what he is. We really can see his soul. So he was supposedly doing a report with us and seeing how things were. And we are basically like on this position. So Leon has the arm around me,
like this, yeah.
And he was doing me questions and I was answering the things. And what is written in that report, it is, Leon sounds caring towards Yolanda, but it is because he is controlling.
Me control Yolanda. She's fiercely independent, like I said.
So, see how these people, they do reports. It seems that Leon sounds caring, but it is because he is controlling. It is moronic, it does not make sense, it is not a fact. And why I bring this to you is just for you to share with you how they lie.
Lies.
And
just
everything
lies,
is made on opinions.
It's all just lies, and one will say one lie, and then the next person in the line will repeat the lie. No one will bring up it's a lie. They just carry the lie, and just pile them on. and expect you to prove that they're lying, which is what's that called, a Spanish Inquisition, you know?
Yeah, and here on these situations in the court family, what happens is that you are guilty until
you're
proven innocent. But you cannot prove that you're innocent if you haven't committed no crime. It is impossible.
Cannot prove a negative.
Right, what I wanted to say as well, something that is around now on Facebook, on a private group about the forced adoption. It is the reason why as well we were in that hospital, right? So the police went to where we were in our doula's house and took us to the hospital by saying that Santiago-Baby was going to go to the hospital with us or without us. So basically we were forced to go to the hospital. And why? Because they said that there was a EPO. This means an emergency protection order. And what I want to say as well, or you want to say?
Well, just say that.
On Facebook what is written, what we just read.
Yeah, the emergency protection order, I asked specifically for the paperwork. Show me the paperwork. You would expect there'd be an order. If there's an order existing, there should be some paperwork, a paper trail. There was no paperwork. No one would give me anything. So carry on, sorry.
So what is written on the Facebook, it is that is written by one of the members in there, is that if there was any EPO, any emergency protection order, without any papers, without any orders shown to the parents, so then we parents could hold the police and the social workers, the names, the people itself, hold them under Section 24 of Criminal Justice Act. So what I want to share is we are another case that they have not shown us any paperwork, no orders, absolutely nothing.
What did they say to you when you asked? Go and look at the Children's Act, 19 whatever it was. Children's Act 19 something, do you remember?
Yeah. And they created another second EPO within 48 hours. And it's written our paperwork by a police member saying that I have never seen any EPO done after a second one without no court orders. I believe this is, it didn't use the word illegal, but this is
wrong or whatever.
Not just wrong, I think he said even it was force. Anyway, meaning this is wrong, this is illegal. That is written in our paperwork. Right. That is Nico. Right, I would like to say as well that, like you know then, we don't have any charges, there is no investigations on us.
I've never been charged for anything with my business, selling MMS previously. Never been charged for anything. If I'd harmed anyone, obviously I would have been charged. If I'd done anything illegal, I would have been charged, prosecuted. Trading standards communicated with me, nothing come of that. So, you know.
Even the Mr. Justice Baker said that
the court has made no findings on the local authorities' allegations.
So,
but because we have a public campaign, we may lose our son because of the campaign.
So I just want to add as well that there is many reasons, for example, that we could go and find something to blame ourselves, or but we need to see as well that we know that is wrong to separate families. I'm not going to blame Leon for selling MMS because I know that it is not the problem. I knew already that Leon was selling MMS. That, illegal or legal, it seems it is not the issue because they didn't put no charges on Leon. They didn't even bother to speak about that in court. And if that was illegal, okay, put him in prison then. But why you would take my son from me? why you would take Santiago from the grandparents. So there is something bigger in here. It is not about MMS. It is about making money with my son. Am I going to blame myself because I did not want to open the door in a moment that I was exhausted and I went home with the condition to go and rest? Am I going to blame myself because I did not want a nurse in my house without an appointment? No, I'm not. I know that I have this spirit, a strong woman. I know that in England, if you were not invited to your friend's house, there is the value in England that you just don't go uninvited and without warning someone. So why I should accept that a nurse comes into my private life and disrespects my own space without being warned? I'm not going to accept that. I know that I have been criticized by many people why she did not open the door, but that it is only because I believe I have my private space. I have the right to my own private life. Now today I would have opened the door, I would have opened the cupboards, I would have opened everything, but I know deep down that it is wrong what they have done, and they have no excuses to what they have done. So I want to share with you as well that as a couple, obviously we went through many steps, many phases. It was very hard in the beginning, but we managed to carry on, and one step after another step. Even I have to share with you as well that the fact that I had my baby taken, the fact that I saw my period coming after I had my baby taken, I really felt raped, because a woman that is breastfeeding is not supposed to have the period for a long time. Feeling my breasts completely empty of milk when they were in there to breastfeed my baby, and knowing that my baby is not having the immunization from my milk, I really felt raped. So us as a relationship, physically relationship, it was hard to move on, if you understand what I'm saying, because I felt, how can I be happy when my son, I don't know where my son is? So I was not feeling entitled to feel happy. Moving forward, I know that they cannot destroy my family, because if they destroy my family, so then they destroy everything. They destroy our souls, they destroyed us as a family, they destroy Santiago's family. And I want to feel that we are here fighting for Santiago, creating solutions and finding a way for Santiago to come back home
to us. Yes.
We do several things to keep the relationship. And for example, if you are watching this video and you are going through the same, what things that we do together to keep the relationship, it is, for example, do exercise together. And there is a saying, couples that do things together, they remain together. We do cooking together, we go out for a walk, for a drink at 5 p.m.
Simple things we do together, yes.
Yeah, we do shopping together.
We do most things together.
Well, you do more shopping than me. So we try to have a laugh when sometimes we don't even discuss, we don't argue, but if there is moments that we disagree, we always try to make each other laugh and to move forward. So has been 9 years of learning, and I am sure that now us as a couple, we are much stronger than we were before.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I want to ask you as well, why do you think then most of the couples, they are not together? And why do you think that we are still together? Leave your comments below.
Yeah, and like this video and subscribe to our channel if you're new here.
I hope you enjoyed to watch this video, and we will wait for you on next Monday at 7 p.m.
Thank you for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye for now. That's good.
Yeah?
That's good, yeah. Just an easygoing conversation.